Hi, I'm Bre McAdam with the Star Phoenix, and this week we're doing a special edition of the Docket here at Saskatoon Court of Queen's Bench because this is where I've been for the last 2 weeks covering the trial of Robert Major. The breaking news last night was a jury, after 7 hours of deliberating, found Major guilty on 12 driving-related charges in connection to a fatal crash. It happened nearly 3 years ago near Langham, and in the crash, Robert Major's sons, Brendan Major and Theodore Cardinal, and his girlfriend at the time, 26-year-old Kimberly Olivero, died in this crash. It was at the intersection of Highway 16 and Range Road 3083. Major was found guilty on all 12 charges that he was on trial for, and those included 3 charges of dangerous driving causing death, 3 charges of dangerous driving causing bodily harm for the 3 other occupants of the truck who survived, and then 3 charges of criminal negligence causing death and 3 charges of criminal negligence causing bodily harm, which in the end is the more serious charge and ended up being the charges that Major was sentenced on. The case really came down to who was to blame for this crash. The Crown arguing it was all on Robert Major, the decisions he made to speed, to potentially use his cell phone, which was evidence we'd heard from one of the survivors in the truck, and his decision not to seatbelt any of his occupants, including his 4-year-old son, were the reasons that this crash occurred. And the defense saying, no, this crash would never have happened if the RM or the government or whoever was responsible for this down stop sign had put the stop sign back up, because Major would have stopped. After the jury found Major guilty last night, sentencing was adjourned to this morning, with the Crown asking for a 9-year sentence and a 15-year driving ban. Now, some of the most shocking details that we've discovered about this case came this morning when the Crown was finally able to reveal Major's driving record and the fact that he had been caught speeding 3 weeks after the fatal collision that he's been found responsible for. The defense had argued for a 3 to 4 year sentence, saying this wasn't a case that involved any impairment. It wasn't a drunk driving case. He wasn't, street racing, and, asking the judge and the court to take into account that these victims were his own family members. In the end, Justice Mona Devell decided on a bit of a middle ground sentence and sentenced Major to 7 years in prison.